Hi everybody, this is Debbie from total-german-shepherd.com, and today I want to take just a quick couple of minutes to share some information with you about a condition called Panosteitis or Panosteitis. I'm sorry, I'm probably really messing that up. Anyway, I'm going to call it Pano for short, and you'll probably hear it referred to that quite a bit. But anyway, and I want to talk to you about it as it occurs in the German Shepherd, although it does happen in other breeds as well. First of all, Pano is also known by a lot of different names. It might be called, wandering lameness, or it might be called growing pains, or a lot of people just call it Pano, and that's usually what I refer to it. And basically, this is something that's really very common in large breed dogs. So it doesn't just happen to the German Shepherd; it also happens to the Rottweiler, Great Danes, Dobermans, Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and this is just a few of the breeds that are most commonly affected by Pano. Now, most often this happens between the ages of 6 to 18 months, although sometimes it might happen in German Shepherds are a little bit older, and also Pano can be just a really hard thing to diagnose. Now, some of the things, it's characterized by lameness, that can come and go from day to day, and it also can change from one leg to the other, and this is also something that's not associated with any kind of trauma or injury that the dog has, incurred. This is just something that changes from day to day, which is one of the things that really makes it hard to diagnose. Quite literally, Pano means inflammation of all bones, even though the real cause of this disease is unknown at this point. Now, I've also heard it compared to things like growing pains, especially growing pains that happens in teenagers, and this seems to be a pretty accurate analogy as far as I'm concerned, anyway. So, Pano in the GSD, or in the German Shepherd, can be debilitating, but with proper care, most of these dogs are going to have a full recovery, and for some reason it seems that males are also more commonly affected than females with Pano. Additionally, if a female does happen to have Pano, oftentimes it occurs in association with her first heat cycle. Now, Pano in the German Shepherd can be very painful, and it can last for as long as 18 months. But usually, though, most Pano attacks just last for a few weeks, like maybe 2 or 3. Now, on a good note, this disease is self-limiting, and there are very few long-term side effects that happen as a result of Pano. And usually, once it's run its course, there's no need for further treatment of any kind. Now, diagnosis of Pano in the German Shepherd, in many cases, the veterinarian is going to want to take individual x-rays, and these will be used to confirm the diagnosis of the unaffected or the affected limbs. And sometimes when they read these, what they're really looking for is a subtle increase in bone density that's observed in the center part of the affected bones. Now, later on, the bone might be becoming patchy, or even have a mottled appearance when they're looking at the x-rays, and the outer surface of the bone might appear roughened or whatever. But basically, as far as symptoms go for Pano, there are many different things that can occur, such as sudden acute pain, lameness which shifts from one leg to another. Also, the dog can show reluctance to walk or even to exercise. There can also be acute pain if you squeeze the affected bone. And German Shepherds are also affected with Pano, or if the German Shepherd is affected with Pano, oftentimes they'll also be depressed and even go off their food. So occasionally some dogs will even have an elevated white blood cell count. They may even have a fever, or it may even come that they have tonsillitis as well when they have a bout of Pano. Now, treatment of Pano in the German Shepherd, since Pano basically can often be quite painful, painkillers are usually used to treat Pano, such as buffered aspirin or Rimadyl, and these are usually recommended even though there's no specific treatment for the disease at this time. The treatment can be very symptomatic, but the outcome usually is quite good. So whenever I have a German Shepherd that has Pano, usually what I do to make them have as good a time as they can with it, and to get over it as quickly as possible, I confine them to a small space. I limit their exercise, other than just going out to the bathroom and maybe getting around to eat, and just very, very, small amounts of exercise. And also I try to keep them for as quiet as possible. And if you have a German Shepherd that you can't keep quiet, if it's a young puppy and it's a little more active and just wants to play, you may even have to, crate it for small periods of time just to make sure that your dog will be able to relax on its own. Now, there's no known cure, or excuse me, no known cause for Pano in the German Shepherd, or in any dog for that matter, but diet is thought to play a large part in it. It's also been thought that there's a genetic reason for this, but I don't think that hereditary problems can be ruled out at this time either, if your dog happens to have a problem with Pano, or if it has a bout of Pano. Overall, though, the long-term prognosis for Pano is, for a dog that has Pano, is very good. Recurrence of this can happen. It's very common that it'll happen, periodically until the dog is up to around 2 years or so of age. And while clinical signs of lameness and soreness might last for several weeks, complete recovery from Pano, if a dog has it, is very, very typical. So, if you'd like to learn more about the German Shepherd dog and Pano and the German Shepherd, or any other sort of conditions that the German Shepherd may be predisposed to, or if you want to watch maybe some German Shepherd videos, or read some German Shepherd articles, or just maybe come by and buy some German Shepherd gifts for a friend or a loved one in your family, we'd love to have you come by and visit us anytime. And our web address is total-german-shepherd.com, and we'd love to have you come by anytime and check us out. And I hope this information about Pano and the German Shepherd has been helpful to you. And thank y'all very much, and y'all have a good day.